Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here to talk about the end of year examination, the past papers for the city school of any type of school in 6th grade. So today we're going to discuss this paper together. Like as a student myself, I'm going to discuss every single thing and we're going to recall the chapters. So first of all, let's start by the first page. Of course, this is the intro. So basically my exams are very near, so I decided to make this video dedicated to our my other fellows, my classmates, and the people I can help too. It's very important. Like from the last year now, this was my first year in the school, and from the last year I've learned a lesson, and that is not to rely on only books and your preparation. You have to do your work from the past papers. Past papers are the most important thing right now. Like if you have done all of your preparation from the books and you are confident, then you should try solving the past papers, because these are the most important thing right now, like I told you, like I mentioned before. So yeah, let's start. So here we go. For the first question, we see this. Now by seeing this, we know this is from China Dynasty, and some of you guys do recall where they were or where they have been or wherever they are from, but some of us don't know them. Okay, but we do recall that these are from the China Dynasty, right? These are from China Dynasty. So if you don't understand and you're sitting in exam hall, you have to drink a sip of water first, and then you have to start thinking about it. Okay, this was about the the China Dynasty, and then you got to the different dynasties. So when you got to different dynasties, you remember something by looking at these models. So this thing, it's basically the terracotta army. You know, your history teacher must have told you or must have taught you about it, because this is the most important thing right now in school as well. So for the revisions, I highly recommend you guys to go from the last days to the school to prepare and to revise the concepts, and teachers and the sir are going to prepare you for the most important things in those last days, because they know which what have they studied, what have they teach throughout the year. And then if something is left or something that scares them off, that could come in the exam, because if they would not teach you that, then all the blame is gonna be on them. So they're going to complete every single important essential tasks in the last day, so you have to go there. Okay, so coming back to the point, this is the terracotta army. This thing is depicting as warriors, is depicting at what? Warriors. So yeah, you know about warriors. Now then you are going to refer to the first emperor. Okay, the first emperor, who could make this? The first emperor, and it is Shi Huangdi, the Qin dynasty emperor, the first emperor. So what terracotta is actually, this is a sets of warriors that the emperor Shang Huangdi of Qing dynasty made for himself for the afterlife, that he was scared, and he still made sculptures with the terracotta type of clay, with every single of the warriors with different shapes and facial features, which is so fascinating. Okay, so first we have to understand the picture. Okay, you understand all of it and blah 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 blah, and if you don't understand, just skip it, just see it at the end or something like that. Okay, then we're going to answer identify the picture giving the source. This one. Okay, this is the terracotta army. Where were these sculptures from? These were founded by the emperor Shi Huangdi, aka the Qin dynasty. Okay, what does this sword tell you about Chinese beliefs? So basically, Huangdi tomb was discovered in 1974 by a farmer not far from the modern city of Qian. So terracotta warriors in Shi Huangdi na, They were founded by the emperor, like I mentioned before. So they believe that after life, they're going to help them fight all the battles for them. Yeah. Moving to the next thing. Okay, so for the this year's syllabus, this is not coming, so we're just going to leave it. Yeah. Okay, this is so important. Okay, guys, this may not is written in your book at all. Like I studied all of it. I studied every single line of the book, and I remember this thing isn't in the book at all. Like at all. So no wonder they gave a big paragraph. Okay, so let's recall. What do we know about this? What do we remember about this paragraph? As this is not in the book, but we do recall some personalities that have been mentioned in there. The first one is Alexander. We know Alexander the Great, the Macedonia king. Like after his dad, right? Which was assassinated when he was 20 years old. So Alexander the Great was the son of the king. Okay, what was Darius? So Darius was the king, or you can say granddaughter of Cambyses. Cambyses, they are all from Persian Empire. Okay, let's continue. Troops says Cogmela in October 31. Following fierce fighting and heavy loss on both sides, Darius fled. Okay, we know about Darius. Okay, we understand. We're understanding all the paragraph because we know the personalities, and we have to remember these. Okay, Darius fled and was assassinated by his own troops. Settling his beside Darius. Okay, so here's come the new personality, and that is King Porus. That is what? King Porus. Okay, guys, so this may seem delusional, but you have to remember the things that like came in your previous, like in your book. Like the small personality names are so important to remember, because like in last I don't know, I don't remember which test was it, but like in occasional tests that have been like done, like the CLs and stuff in the class, I got something like Abhi, like the personality name Abhi. Now the Abhi personality now, that was from the Alexanders, when Alexanders forgave him because he gifted him with silver plates and elephants and won the governor's satrap. You know the satrap, the governor. Instead, he was not been killed by Alexander because he won the heart of Alexander, and he like, so that thing now, that thing was written so small, like probably like approximated like 3-4 lines, and that was so important because the exact question came into my test. There was this question that mentioned like who was Abhi and what Alexander connects to him. So this was the time I learned to focus on the small things, because these can turn out to be the most important ones. So the King Porus, I've learned about this in the book. King Porus was basically like, what do I tell you? King Porus, wait, I'm gonna recall it. Okay, so what basically happened now is the King Porus was basically the person that decided to stop the Alexander's army, which was kind of impossible, but at least he tried now. So the battle began when Porus' troops fought bravely. Their war elephants were successfully in scattering the horses of Alexander's troop. King Porus was defeated by Alexander but gained in admiration of the Macedonian ruler. Alexander allowed Porus to retain his lands. So he founded a city called Nicaea at the site of the battle, his victory. He founded another city on the opposite bank of River Jhelum called Bucephala, which he named after his own horse Bucephalus. So this was about the King Porus. Now you understand every single thing of him, because these three are connecting, because like this Alexander thingy is connecting to Macedonia, and the Macedonia is connecting to Persian Empire, and the Persian Empire and the Macedonia is like connecting to King Porus, because Alexander was on his way, on his travel to conquer all of the world. So he came in the way of King Porus, and then they fought and blah blah blah, like that. So something like that. Yeah. Let's move on. Yeah. So the most, like, one of the most important thing is the dates. The dates are so important to remember. I'm not saying you have to remember like every single day, like from the small things, like the little things. Like I mentioned before, small things are the most important one, but I don't think so that is going to apply on the dates, the like the BCs and something like that. So you don't have to remember. You have to remember the big events, the dates. So for example, if I give you example on the big events dates, so let's recall when was the Roman Republic, not the Republic, when was the end of the Roman Empire Republic. So this is one of the most important things to remember, that is like for example, the Roman Empire. When was the Roman Empire ended and when was it started? Something like that. You have to remember these, okay, blah blah blah, like this, okay. Acha. So you must have know three things. Like you have to know, you have to remember every civilization's downfall and upfall. Like the downfall and their like when they succeeded. Yeah, you have to know when was the empire's downfall and when they succeeded and how they succeeded, and what was the reason to become more successful than other empires, like what kind of significant things they did. That is most important. And you have to know three things about their land. Okay, the social impact, and the second is the trading system, or their economics, social, and their development. Yeah, these three things: social, economic, development. You have to remember these things of every single empire you study. Like we have 4 of them this year. You have to remember all of them, like all of them. Cyrus the Great was like one of the best things to this question is so easy, believe me guys, so easy. Okay, let's move on. You've got this. Yeah, it's all about the questions and stuff. Okay, so this was all of the things I got to remember, and I am advising you guys to remember this all as well. Like for every single empire now, go to ChatGPT, provide him the question, not the question, the whole chapter, and ask him what are the stakeholders, like what are the important things from this chapter, and he's going to just like recall the notes, and then you are going to research all of them about it, because like no one will dig him. Okay, at the last I'm going to like advise you guys not to remember every single of these things, because like what if like these things not come and completely different questions come. So you basically have to pray for yourself and study the best you can, and I wish you all good luck. Thank you. Make sure to like and subscribe, and if I'm gonna get like enough marks, I know I'm doing this during exam preparation. It's preparing myself as well, so I hope you guys like and I make more of them like that. Bye.